Hello and welcome back. Today we're going to install a new exhaust on the KLX. This is a 2024 KLX300R. Currently we have the stock exhaust on there. We are going to be just installing a slip-on. Reason being, I looked at the systems that offered the full exhaust with the header, and the reviews that I read stated that those headers were not much different than the stock. So at this point I don't really see a reason to go to the full exhaust. So we're just going to use the slip-on. I looked at several of the systems. Some of them were loud, that kind of thing. I went with the Yosh. On my 2003 YZ250F build, I used a Yosh full exhaust on that, but I loved it. Loved the sound of it. The reviews on the Yosh were good, and from what I could tell on the video, I really liked the sound of it. So that's what we went with. We're going to start, like we've started many of the videos on this model, by taking off the side plate. On this particular model, side plate is two 5mm Allens. Same thing at the bottom, we have a washer. Once you get the two screws out, just simply give it a little tug backwards, pull it off. I am going to do a little sound test on the before and after, so we're going to do that now before we go any further. I'm going to wait a few moments. This is hot already. This bike runs pretty lean from the factory, even though we do have a tuner on there and we've done a pair valve delete. It still runs a little hot. Plus this stock exhaust is pretty restricted. So hopefully we'll help with some of that as well. As soon as this cools down, we're gonna have a bolt to take off here, here, and here. There's just 3 bolts. We're gonna go ahead and zip these off. This top one here has a nut on the back, but they are pretty tight. Pull down a bit. We are going to spin it out of here. There it is. This thing's heavy. Now we're going to remove our clamp altogether. And there's an insert in here that I believe we have to remove as well. There we go. Your assembly instructions are a QR code. Once you scan that QR code, it comes up with your exact assembly instructions. Pretty neat. It actually comes with all these pieces, so everything you need to reinstall this. Now you do have to reuse the factory grommets, which that's fine. Here's our new gasket. I don't know if we could have just reused the old one, but I think it said not to. But it does come with a brand new gasket, and it does appear to be thicker. We're going to slide it onto the lower exhaust first and then slide it in, see if that works, or if we have to slide it into the header first. Looks like it goes in either way. There we go. And we've got our actual muffler. We have to put our rubber grommet right in here. Once you have the grommet installed, you have this spacer. It's an aluminum spacer. Go ahead and throw that on. Kind of get it where we need it. The provided bolt, washer, and nut. Do not tighten this up just yet. This is also 10mm. Kind of got everything where we need it. We still need to reinstall this. We could use our original with the spacer and our nut. Then you'll notice we have a hook here, hook here, hook here, and actually a hook right there. Comes with these springs. We're gonna put these on before we tighten anything up. Comes with a little tool, little hook to install the springs. There's one. Here are the hooks at the bottom. This is where the second spring goes. Take our tool, There we go. The thing to do is to torque these down to manufacturer specs, which yeah, it feels like manufacturer specs to me right there. Now this one kind of floats here, so we have this tight, but it spins, you'll notice, because that aluminum gold washer is a little bigger that allows that to float for vibration. We'll start it up in a moment. One thing I thought was pretty cool, it came with the plug. Wasn't expecting that, but it's not a big deal, but it's a nice little add-on. So if you're washing your bike, whatever, you just throw that in there. There we go. Don't start it with on. The last thing we're going to do is to wipe down everything with some alcohol. That way we're not burning fingerprints into the exhaust. I could have also put this on with some gloves, which would have eliminated that, but I did not do that. Before we put the side cover on, we're going to start it, which doesn't matter at this point. That is quite a bit louder. Better start that tomorrow. The wife is asleep. We'll have to leave this in for a blooper. We got the side panel back on. Let's start it up. Hear how she sounds. Yikes. People said this was quiet. Sounds great. It's not exactly quiet. May have to get a different spark arrestor. But that is going to do it for this one. Quick and easy install. Hopefully this gives you an idea of how easy it is, and maybe you can kind of tell from the sound. Sounds great. Just a little louder than I expected. If you have any questions or comments, post those below. And as always, thanks for watching.